Hi Sag, welcome back to our channel. All right, guys, I know that we're coming back from the reading that we did previously, right before this one. I will link it right here. Hopefully I remember. If I don't remember, disregard that and I will link it at the end of the video. If you missed out on that one, you definitely want to watch it because I feel like that reading really triggered maybe a lot of people, but it also is going to help a lot of you Saggies who are feeling stuck, who feel like the wheel is not moving, that you want life to go in your favor. You want to end this year with a smash hit, okay? I don't know why I just said that. That's interesting. Smash hit. You're going to be a smash hit, okay? You're going to be a knockout, a breakout. So this reading is going to be, a prelude to that. A prelude? No. It's going to be the next steps from that video. And this is a very exciting one just based off of some of the messages that I'm seeing so far, okay? So we're going to continue on, talk about some things that are going to be happening for you. We're definitely going to get into tarot, but I do have Oracle here because I want to get to you. I feel like it's my purpose to tell whoever is watching you about what's coming up for you and how you're going to be that breakout knockout in 2026. You have some incredible things up ahead that you may not even be seeing at this time. Things could be up in the air for you. You're trying to find answers and certain things are hidden, not to stress you out or to put you in this period of struggle. It's more so like pushing you, triggering you to go out and make those experiences to find what that thing is for you, okay? So I'm going to put things into perspective today from this reading. I feel like you guys will really enjoy this one because it's really talking about your potential. First, let's talk about the tea leaf, the little messages that are coming out about where you are right now during this week, how you are going to be starting May, and what's going to happen in May, all right? First card that we have here that wanted to come out is Man. It says dealings or relationship with a man, okay? There could be a specific or significant masculine that you're going to come across that also may continue of what I'm doing to continue to put things into perspective of your life direction, your life path, and discovering what it is that Sag is supposed to be doing at this time. So look out for a masculine. I feel like this person will come to you. There will be a significant conversation and someone here is going to open your eyes, okay? But it's a masculine this time, all right? So a man, look out for a man. We have broken ring here. Some of you guys are going through an energy where you are parting ways, either romantically with a connection or even in business or even career. Some of you guys are about to do something so scary, which is maybe end things with someone that you have become super comfortable with, or you're ending an industry, a career path that does not feel destined for you, that could feel very uncomfortable as you are making that decision, okay? So there is a big turning point. At first, it feels very detrimental, but there will be months from now where you look back and you'll be so happy that you didn't settle in something that just wasn't for you, wasn't part of your destiny, wasn't fulfilling you, wasn't making you happy, and felt wrong. Now, you have will here, okay? So again, if you're feeling stuck, definitely the universe, God, your spirit guides, your angels, these spiritual forces that are for you, wants you to feel like you have momentum, wants you to feel like you are moving forward, but it comes with a decision. So this card is about indecisiveness. It talks about allowing your life to ramble aimlessly without purpose, direction, not making a decision, okay? So part of this decision comes from a breaking of a connection, romantic connection, or breaking of maybe your career, what you thought your career was going to be. Okay, so it's kind of scary, but this is going to change everything for you. All right, so will. We also have wall here. This talks about misunderstandings. You may be feeling very misunderstood right now. Okay, there could be like a lot of frustration of just not being understood. There's also a misunderstanding that you're having about maybe even some of the events that transpired for you this month, especially of April. There could have been some energy where you're looking up, to God, to the universe, and you're asking why. Why me? Why this? Okay. And things are going to come into perspective, but you have to get to the other side. And the only way that you're going to do that is by making a very important decision, not for anyone else, but for yourself. All right, we have gavel here. This talks about involvement with the law. Okay, some of you guys may have some cases going on. Maybe you got a ticket recently and you feel like that's setting you back. Some of you guys are going to be involved with the law. You may have that Libra energy, maybe in your midhaven or even in your 10th house, where you're meant to do something that has everything to do with partnerships, law and order, equality, integrity. Okay. Some of you guys are working in an industry where you feel like there's a loss of integrity. You've been lied to. You feel like what you have to do is lying to people and it doesn't feel good to you. You're a truth teller. So, there definitely is something about law and order, cause and effect, karma. All right. There's a karmic cycle that you're getting off of the wheel. You're getting off of the ride. It's not fun for you anymore and you're letting go. Even in romantic partnerships, if you feel like someone has a loss of integrity with you, that doesn't feel good. Or if in a romantic connection, you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick. You feel like this person's not bringing anything to the table and it's kind of setting me back. It's time for you to make a decision to get out of that. It's really a decision, Sag, of what you deserve and your self-worth and what you will not settle for and your standards, okay? So this should be much easier than it seems. It's going to feel hard at first, but in the end, you'll be so happy that you chose yourself versus the latter. We have table here. So everything about upping your worth and setting the standard for your life. All right. Sometimes we don't feel worthy because we're not practiced enough. We don't know what our skills are, or we lack skill building. And so I feel like this journey that you're about to go on, or this next chapter that you're entering, is all about building some very valuable skills so that you can change the rooms that you are able to enter. You can also change, or even you can set the standard of who gets to sit at your table. You start to have more valuable counterparts around you. And that's in family, friendships, and also in love, and also in business. Okay. So there's something about building your table that requires hard work ahead, but it's all the more like worth it. It's worth it. Okay. And then the last card is very interesting because if we go back to this card that came out, broken ring, all right, doesn't feel too good having to part the ways of either a romantic connection or a business or career setting. What you don't see coming, which I can give you clarity about right now, is that you do get another ring. You get a better ring. You get a solid ring. You get a ring made of real gold value, okay? And so pretty soon, what you don't see, there will be a marriage that will take place either in romance or business with the right thing, the right person, because you did not settle, all right? And you knew that you deserve more. And it starts with you. It starts with a decision. And it also starts with your self-worth. Like if you're not feeling very worthy right now, if you do have any insecurities, which we all do at certain parts of our life, it's about building confidence through practice, okay? So let's talk about that. The cards that came out for you are super exciting, and it kind of gives you like this blueprint if you've been confused of what you need to do next, okay? So first and foremost, whoever I'm speaking to, you are a spiritual teacher. You are meant to heal others with your classes, your sessions, and your seminars. You are the sage. You are the wiser. You are a spiritual teacher, Sag. That's part of who you are, your identity. You teach people through your wisdom and your experiences. And this is also part of your life path, okay? So if you know this and you accept this and you feel like this is your calling, there's so many avenues that you could go with this. You don't have to teach anything that's boring, okay? I think some people think being a teacher, a coach, a mentor, a professor means I have to, teach something that I'm not passionate about, and that's not true. There's so many different industries and avenues that you could go with this, and I feel like this will give you the freedom that you love, Sag. It will give you the travel that you love. You could travel anywhere and teach people different things, reach new heights and reach new areas, and it also gives you the energy of talking and building what you are actually passionate about and doing it in your own terms. All right. So this is the first step, is acceptance that you are a spiritual teacher and there's no way around it. And maybe that's why you're feeling unfulfilled, because you haven't been stepping into your identity. Okay. So where do we go after that? Well, your spirit guides really laid it out for us here. Okay, so where do you go after that? Now that I have accepted that I'm a spiritual teacher, I'm meant to teach people things, and I also can get paid really nicely for this, or this is going to fulfill me. This is my life purpose. Where do I start? You start with school. Okay. Now, why do you need schooling? Because even if you are passionate about a subject, even if you know what industry or category you want to teach in, you have to learn to be able to teach. Okay. You have to start as a student. So, this talks about the answer that you're seeking involves going to school. Now, for some of you, of course, this could be college, university, but for others of you, this is just training, certification. All right, maybe even going to an unconventional school. It's all about getting certified, getting licensed behind what you feel like you're meant to do. And not only does this build authority towards whoever you're going to be presenting to, and whoever is going to be booking you, taking your classes, sitting before you, listening to your words, this also helps your confidence to know that you can actually do this, okay? So school. All right, why school? Because you have to practice. We just talked about that. You have to practice. You have to polish your skills by practicing regularly. All right. So school is going to help you with that. You ever I think about like nursing, in nursing school, there's a trial period where they practice on each other. If you go to massage school, spiritual school, you practice on other people who are also students learning to be teachers. So there's something about practicing what you're learning. You're taking in the knowledge, but then you're also putting it out there tangibly to be able to hold on to it and feel like a bigger master or authority behind whatever you're going to be doing. Okay, so practice makes perfect. Practice is going to help you become more confident, shut out those insecurities that you may have during this season. And you will not always be this person who feels like the novice or the beginner, but it takes practice. All right. That's the only way that you're going to get there. And on top of that, this is going to be really the turning point for you. Who you will be practicing on your first trial and error period, it could be your family. Your family may need you, okay? They may need you to be that breakout, knockout person in this generation to change how they've been doing things. Maybe your family has a very faulty tradition and you're the one who was brought here on earth to change that. So what you're going to see in this journey is that you're going to get the education, you're going to practice that education, and you're going to be also practicing on the people that you meet, but also your family is going to play a very, very big role in this, okay? So it says, loving your friends and family, so friends and family are in this category, is essential to your life purpose, all right? And some of you guys may say, you know what, bump my family. They never supported me anyway. Or, bump my friends. I don't have good friends right now anyway, okay? I don't even feel like they're worth my standards at this time. Well, another really cool thing that I've seen on the bottom of this deck is, if you can't do it for your family, if that's not your driving purpose, and if you also are struggling to do it for yourself, do it for your children, all right? Do it for your children. Those of you who are parents, you obviously want your children to succeed. Those of you who are not parents, what about your future children? So this card says your life purpose involves helping, teaching, and healing children. And that also may be where you practice your gifts and that you make a big change before you go out in the world and give your services to everyone else, the adults of the world, okay? All right, so how do you guys feel about that? I feel like that really shows how important you are in this lifetime. Like, you are a very big integral part of the collective's destiny. And it's a huge role to be stepping into. And I feel like this is very purposeful that, we're even doing this reading right now, okay? Other than that, I have some more oracle here. First card we have is Light of the World. Be the light of the world. You're meant to be the light of the world, okay? Let me read that card for you. Give me 1 second. Let me find it. All right, this card, Light of the World. It says, an old sage, okay, Sagittarius, an old sage holds a glowing lantern and knocks on a door with no latch. A young man inside is too distracted to answer the knock. Your divine being is trying to get your attention. All it takes is a moment of your awareness to open the door. Though your life may be busy, the opportunity now presents itself for you to move into a higher awareness. It's a great time to open to your higher self and all its wisdom and powers. It is your soul, your eternal being who approaches, but it up can't speak. It is your soul, your internal being who approaches, but it is up to you and only you to open the door. All right. You do that by taking real and regular action and knowing and feeling the wise and radiant being you are forever. Through meditation and study, you can own that enormous love, power, and vision. You can make every day sacred by going within. Once you do, you will know a radiant and greater power in every step and with every word. You will be able to bring this magnificent force to your world, changing your life forever. With a deep breath, fill yourself with the grace and peace and light of your higher self. Your vision opens to a wider universe, and you realize that you have all the time and the power in the world. Eternity fills you. All right, so that's your first card. Just double confirmation that you're meant to take on this opportunity that's coming towards you, that your spirit guides are trying to reach you right now with this opportunity. And yes, life is busy. And yes, there's some challenges and some circumstances that may be unfavorable, but it's up to you if you want to get out of that. All right. All right. Second card we have here is the Queen of Forces. Let's talk about that card. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. All right, the Queen of Forces. This card shows a woman balancing the energies of a sun in one hand and a moon in the other, with a river flowing beneath her feet. The Queen of Forces represents a woman who can help to bring greater balance to your life. Wow, interesting. So there could also be a woman coming towards you. So there's a man and also a woman. Very interesting. She brings an unusual combination of power and peace, creativity, and receptivity in both her energy and her support. Sometimes this card can represent a person in your life, either you or another, coming into a phase of great power and an ability to sustain it with wonderful results. There is a gift of grace and serene understanding when this card is upright. It also brings new roles and opportunities. Careers in many of the sciences, global communication, nature, and energy may be available to you. The Queen of Forces is also an indicate. Oh, sorry. What am I saying? The Queen of Forces could also not indicate, okay? Indicate the appearance of a possible love interest or an associate in business or in a creative project who has a powerful influence and connections for you or for another. And maybe someone you know or somebody new. But when this card appears, there is a tender yet powerful support. During this time, choose to support yourself as well. You hold the forces of the sun, which is creativity, and the moon, which is receptivity, and only you yourself can direct the energy of your eternal life. Feel the Queen of Forces approach. She offers all sorts of support and energy. Who is she in your life? Take a deep breath and tap the inner part of you that rules the forces of the world. All right. Really good. So now let's get into the tarot and see what's coming up for you, Sagittarius. Let me pull some messages. Let's see. All right. Give me some messages for my Saggies watching at this time. Saggy and Saggy placements, Saggy masculines and feminines alike. What do they need to know right now with this message? What's coming up for them? Who's coming towards them? Anything that they need to be aware of? Please allow those messages to come out at this time. Give me some messages for my Saggies. What can you tell me here? Interesting. Wow. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Swords here and the Sun. If only you could see that the Sun is before you, okay? There's a turning point here. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Even though you've been going through a very tough, devastating time, you are shedding your old self, your old identity, which could be really hard at first. There could have been a major disappointment that you had recently. There could be a big ending happening for you, whether that's in your career or even a romantic connection, all right? But everything's going to be okay. What you don't see happening up ahead for you, this is shaping you with the Sun to live a more authentic self, live a more authentic lifestyle and life, do something that's more authentic to you. Date someone that matches your authentic energy, your raw energy. Choose a career that's more authentic to you. Okay. So the Sun, and the Sun is all about victory and success. And it's a yes card. So if you're wondering, can I actually do this? The answer is yes. It also is shaping you into the identity or the archetype of the Emperor. Definitely being the breakout, knockout of your community, your neighborhood, your peers, and your family. This is a card of leadership, not waiting for a handout, but actually taking initiative, taking control of your own life, getting so serious about your goals and what you want to achieve, your dreams, your destiny. It also is the energy of being more responsible, okay? So you do have a big role of responsibility that you play for yourself first, but you also have for the collective, and that's part of you becoming this teacher. Right now, there's a lot of watching. You could be watching a lot of what you want to do. There's something that you want to do. There's romantic connections that you see for yourself. There's a vision that you have. And you could be doing a lot of snooping, like you're, seeing things that are coming towards you on social media. You may see things out and about in the real world that you feel like I really want, but you haven't stepped into it yet. And the reason being is a Two of Swords, which is all about indecision. This could be an energy of also being around people or influences that kind of deter you from choosing yourself. And so there's a little bit of indecision here. You have a choice to make. And I feel like it's plain as day. It's either you continue to be unfulfilled or you choose fulfillment. Okay. So I feel like you're stepping into who you need to be, that Emperor, to be able to take control of your life and say, I want this and not that. Okay. Versus that Will, where it talks about, indecisiveness and allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. You're actually going to make a decision. You're going to take control of your life. You're going to take reins, make life your bitch. Okay. And you're going to make this decision that's going to change your narrative for the better. All right. So let's talk about some of the cards that came out for you. We have the Queen of Pentacles coming out. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups. And last card we have is the Knight of Cups, okay? All right, so Queen of Pentacles here. I want to see what this is about because it could mean a lot for you. It can talk about the standards that you possess. You could have really high standards, You want more, something you've been settling for, either romantically or business or career. You're settling for something, maybe because everyone else settles around you. Or maybe because you were told this is how it's supposed to be or this is what it's going to be. But something just feels wrong because it's not of your status with that Queen of Pentacles. You also are changing so much in your demeanor, your mannerisms, how you hold yourself, your behavior. You're choosing better decisions, And so with that, it feels like I just don't want to settle anymore. I have to go and create my own table, or I deserve to sit at higher tables, higher value tables. So Queen of Pentacles. And this really starts with your life, like your household. If you're a parent, you're really instilling great standards within your children. So it's almost one of those things like, if you're doing that for your children, you should do it for yourself. If you do not have children, this could just be about your household, your living situation, getting things in order, being more organized, trying to organize your life. Not saying that I'm just going to, do things willy-nilly and I'm just going to hope on a star that things change, but actually creating some type of plan or strategy or some ritual or routine that you follow that's going to actually take you places. Okay. So it's all about behavior. And I feel like something behavioral is changing for you. And that's how you know that you are meant for more. Okay. Tell me about the Queen of Pentacles for my Saggies watching. What can you tell me about that? The Sun. I see that you're going to start doing things that make you happier. Okay. So again, behavior. If you were quick to react and that wasn't making you happy, that was actually leaving you very unhappy. And then you would think about it, the whole week, and you replay the events in your head and you're like, why did I do that? You're going to start choosing maybe not to react, to be a little bit more reserved with that Queen of Pentacles. And that's going to make you happier. When it comes to your environments, when it comes to the type of company that you keep, you're going to start to go towards what makes you feel more happier, what feels more authentic to you. It feels like you've been sitting at a table, and table is like figurative for, environments, people, situations. You've been sitting at a table that has left you very unhappy and unfulfilled. You feel like you're being lowballed. It feels like low bro activities, right? You feel like you're meant for something higher. So you're choosing happiness. All right. There's something about summer. Summer is very significant. I see that as a big turning point for a lot of people, especially people who come to me for readings. I just have been getting a lot of summer energy. All right. So summer could be really the happiest season for you this year, where you're going to start seeing results of the work that you're putting in now. All right. But yes, the Sun. Being more authentic to yourself, and something about your authenticity and your raw, unbridled self, Sag, is something of mastery with that Queen of Pentacles. It's also this energy of like high standards, and value, worthiness. Okay, so you're getting into that. Certain things are being revealed to you of what you could have, even if that's just what's on your algorithm. If you're getting a lot of like high value, content on your algorithm, it's showing you where you're meant to be. And so now it's kind of pushing you to make this decision. And I see that you're about to go through some type of transition period, okay? Because you feel like something has been very unfavorable for you with that Queen of Swords. And you're almost like building resentment towards whatever that is. If you're in a relationship that's unfavorable, you can start to build resentment towards that person. Why am I doing this? Why am I here? Why am I putting up with this? Or this could even be in your career, your business, your industry. There's a little bit of resentment that you could have for feeling like, this is not of my highest potential. And so you're really going to be trusting the journey very soon. Maybe you were very scared of change. You were afraid of being uncomfortable, but you're starting to, every day that's becoming less and less. And I see that the universe, God, is about to propel you into a very crazy transition period where your environment's going to change. That's why you keep getting that relocation card all the time, or that moving card all the time. You definitely are going through a transition, a relocation, a purposeful one. All right, what else do we have here? All right, Nine of Pentacles. You are moving to a much more luxurious lifestyle. I love the Nine of Pentacles because of that reason. Now, when you see the person who, may be traveling every month, they have 2 homes on a hill, they drive the nice car, they have the great career, it looks luxurious, but people never know that that person, they had to take a certain strategy, or they had to have a plan or a blueprint to get to that place. And they stayed committed to that to the end. So this is not like overnight success. Usually when someone is being ushered into this energy, it definitely is quite the journey. Okay, but it's worth it. And what makes it even more worth it is that what you get from the Nine of Pentacles, which is like the house on the hill, the nice car, the great career, being a master in your career, being paid your worth, being able to live the luxurious lifestyle, a lot of growth and wisdom. It came through some type of decision, and it was slow and steady progress. Okay, so you are entering the beginning of this phase. The way that you're doing this is through some type of ending. You are now no longer beating a dead horse, something that you kept trying to revive. You kept trying to tell yourself, maybe as the seasons change, I will become fulfilled again. Things will change. You started to see that that wasn't happening, and you stopped waiting for something that was already kind of like losing breath. Okay. And so with that being said, and also with the reflection that comes from that, you are finally ready to take a risk here. And I do see that with the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles can feel like a gamble, but I feel like you're gambling on your life. You want more for yourself, and it's worth it. And Page of Pentacles is also the student. So you are entering a phase of becoming a student, learning a new skill that's going to set you for life. And also, it's much bigger than just you and living the lifestyle that you desire. It's also setting other people up for life because you are going to be helping the collective in a very major way. So it's needed. You're needed, okay? What's the Page of Pentacles? All right, Nine of Cups. What you don't see coming, okay? Because Page of Pentacles can be very scary because it feels so risky. And it's like, if I do this and it doesn't work out, I'm really going to be embarrassed by that, you know? If I leave my career and I enter some type of schooling that no one understands and I'm misunderstood why I'm making that decision and it doesn't work out, that could be super embarrassing and I'm going to feel like a failure, right? But what you don't see ahead is that this is going to be the thing that fulfills you greatly. And I love that the nines keep coming out. We have the Nine of Pentacles and a Nine of Cups. This is really you forging ahead, making your own decision, and you bringing yourself prosperity. You bringing yourself fulfillment and happiness with the Nine of Cups. It wasn't handed to you. And it feels so much better knowing that you did this for yourself. There's this energy of self-reliance. You're going to be pushing your limits and seeing how far you can go. And it's almost like when you start working out for the first time and you're struggling to carry that weight and you're struggling and you feel kind of like a loser because everyone around you already has found their way and they already know what they're doing. You feel confused. But if you stay the course with working out, by that third month, you start to get a little bit much better. And then there's that newer person in the gym that may need your help and you're teaching them how to, make the most of their workout. So, there's something here that feels a little risky for you, but what you don't see is that you're going to be very fulfilled. You're going to feel so spoiled by the universe when things start to work out and you start to feel like, okay, this is exactly where I'm meant to be. I landed in the right place. And the only way that I would have known this and got to decide is because I chose myself and I made that decision for myself, even though I was scared. That's going to be the most rewarding feeling for you. All right. And there's also this energy of you being spoiled when you choose yourself. So if you're feeling very unlucky right now, it could be because you're putting yourself last. You're not prioritizing your needs, your goals. But once the universe sees that you start to do that, you start to get a lot of blessings. You start to feel very lucky. You start to feel like the universe is putting you on a pedestal and spoiling you very greatly, okay? So I see that happening for you. What else can you tell me about that Page of Pentacles? What is that going to look like as they're entering this new phase? They're trying something new. They're becoming the student. What does this look like for Sag? High Priestess, it looks like you following your intuition. With that Page of Swords, I see that you've already been watching something very strongly, but you just haven't tried it yet or you haven't bet on yourself yet. And it's really like your gut feeling screaming at you, your intuition screaming at you. It's something that you hold near and dear to your heart that you don't share with anyone because you have that fear of being misunderstood. And so what this is going to look like is just following your intuition. It's almost like bending logic. It doesn't have to make sense to you right now. It doesn't have to make sense to anyone who may be watching you, judging you. It's really a gut calling, okay? An inner calling that you're following that's going to take you to a big place. It's you following your heart or following your dreams. It's not like following your dreams, following your heart or your imagination blindly. This actually requires a lot of work. Okay, so, people may be looking at you, judging you and saying, you're taking the easy route. You're just quitting, right? But what they don't see is that this really requires hard work. Eight of Pentacles. It's going to require a lot of focus and concentration. But the good thing about it, it's not boring to you. It's actually something that's very heart-led. It's very fulfilling. And it really does something that you're passionate about, that you're going to be getting into. And when you're able to prove to yourself and eventually to others that you actually can make a very solid income from this, you can actually increase your lifestyle by doing this, that also is going to be very rewarding for you. All right. So yeah, we had that as well. Where is it? Here we go. Table, hard work ahead, but it's heart-led, okay? Something that you actually enjoy. You'll be happy to focus and concentrate on this for months or weeks at a time because you feel like it's meant for you. It feels passionate. Now, I do see a significant connection here. Okay, I definitely do. Some of you guys are coming into a new romantic connection that is like purposeful, fated, or this could even be a business connection, a career connection, someone who's going to open up to you what you can have, what you can achieve. This could be someone that you look up to, you admire their success, okay? There is someone coming towards you very, very soon. Now, those of you who are dating someone, right? And you know that this is your person, maybe you're just more so making a career change versus a romantic change. There's someone here who is destined to go on that journey with you. Could be a really close friend, a soulmate, or definitely could be your partner. But those of you who went through a very unfavorable romantic situation, you're cutting that off, you have something new coming in. So let's talk about that. Who is this person, Two of Cups, that Sag should be aware of that's coming towards them at this time? Tell me about the Two of Cups here. All right, Justice. All right, first and foremost, look at this card. There's so many confirmation in this reading, right? We have gavel, involvement with the law. We have Justice, which is Libra energy. So look out for a Libra that could be coming towards you. Look out for someone who may work in law enforcement. This could be a police officer. This could be a prosecutor. Could be a judge. Could be a lawyer. Could be someone who works in the law industry, okay, whatever other jobs that may be. This also is someone who has a lot of integrity. Like, this is someone who's not going to lie to you. You know, they may even really put some perspective behind what you're trying to do, telling you that, hey, this is not going to be easy, but you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, okay? This person is very fair and balanced, okay? They believe in equality. They believe in integrity. Okay, so this is a really good energy. And this also could be a karmic energy coming towards you, but a good karmic energy, like someone who's meant to change the narrative, change the way that you've been going about your life, triggering you to want more. All right, so there's someone coming towards you in that way with Justice. Someone who won't steer you wrong is what I'm getting from this. And also someone here who will treat you equally, a balanced connection. All right, what else can you tell me about this Two of Cups? All right, Four of Wands. Definitely someone that's going to help you to create stability under your belt, or even have stability as you're going on this new journey of learning, right? Because when we have to take a step back from our career, when we have to take a step back from a connection that maybe we had stability in, but it's not for us. This is someone who's going to help you to have that stability where you may feel like you're lacking as you're going through this journey. All right, this could also be someone that you're meant to be with, a marriage partner, okay? It does have marriage potential with this energy. There's definitely someone here very important that you're going to be building some type of foundation, a new foundation, not a faulty one, not an unfulfilling one, something that feels really purposeful and feels like it's meant for you. And there's that symbolism of that table. All right, so this person also may introduce you to people of worth, you know, people who kind of match the standard that you are building for yourself. So yeah, bringing you into new rooms, new environments, new experiences, and you won't have to do it alone. We have Hierophant here, all right? So again, Hierophant can talk about marriage potential. It can talk about someone helping you to create structure behind what you want to do. It also can talk about an energy of a mentor, a coach, someone who could be teaching you lessons or teaching you maybe an industry that you're going to excel in. All right, so definitely a fated meeting that's happening for you very, very soon. Or there's a fated circumstance between you and a lover, possibly, that you're already dealing with as you are switching careers or they're switching careers, okay? One more card for the Two of Cups. Yeah, Two of Pentacles, all right? I feel like this person will help you to have balance between what you're trying to do and also keeping up your responsibilities, staying in control of your life, all right? There's also this energy of you being a priority to this person, or what your goals are, your dreams are, become their priority as well. This person feels happy to help you succeed in some way. The world, they really feel prideful about helping you get to that next level of helping you to go places, of helping you to open up maybe new experiences. It also feels like you and this person may have different backgrounds where you could learn from. Could be a different culture, a different race, or you guys grew up way differently. That could help you, teach you new experiences, teach you wisdom to help you to get going. Last card we have here is the Knight of Cups. So definitely this person will be pursuing you. Could be romantically or even in business. There will be lots of times that you and this person sit down together and hang out. There's a lot of getting to know each other. There's a lot of passion behind maybe what you're about to create, that they want to be a part of that journey, or even passion in this connection romantically. All right. Tell me about the Knight of Cups. All right. So I definitely see the Death card. Once you meet this person, or once you and this person step into this new journey together, there's no going back. If you're single, if you're breaking up with someone who is just like wasting your time and you're going to be single now, it's like once you deal with this person, you're involved with them, you will never be able to go back to what you used to know. It just would be disrespectful to yourself, okay? So there's that energy with the Death card. If this is someone that you know that you are now making maybe a career jump, or you're doing something to help build a skill for what you are going to be passionate about, this is someone who is going to be totally invested in that transformation. So Death card energy. We also have Empress here. I see that this person puts you on a pedestal. They could be doing a lot of the spoiling, okay? That could be through the universe's terms, and they're sending this person to spoil you, put you on a pedestal, up your confidence, up your security levels, all right? Also with that Empress, there's a lot of abundance that radiates from this connection. You know, it's almost this energy of like whatever we touch, whatever we focus on turns to gold. And there's this energy of wifey energy. You know, becoming a wifey, or meeting someone that could be wife potential as well, okay? So Empress energy. But there's really this energy of birthing something new, whether that's this new identity, this new career, or a new relationship that's going to grow and expand to major heights, all right? So that is what I'm seeing. Now, let's see. What do I want to do? Okay, so I want you to think of a question that you have that requires a yes or no answer, okay? Think of it right now. Sit on it. If you need to pause this video, then do that. All right. But I'm going to give you the answer to that question from your spirit guides. Okay. This is not me answering it for you. This is your spirit guides giving you this answer. All right. So for Sagittarius' spirit guides, could you please give me the answer to the question that's on their mind at this time? Pause it if you need time to think. Okay. But if you're ready to go, let me give you that answer. If it's a yes, then great. You know, maybe that means that you are already on the right path, or you know what you're supposed to do. If it's a no, you know, don't let that discourage you. That just means that you've been prioritizing or spending your time or concentrating on something when you need to be looking elsewhere, because there's a better direction or option or opportunity that's coming towards you. All right. So let's see what comes out. What is the answer for the question that's on Sagittarius's mind at this time? What is the answer for the question that's on Sagittarius's mind at this time? Give me some messages. Or give me one answer. Sorry. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Remain positive. That's your answer. Okay. Remain positive. Some of you guys asked about something that you have yet to do, something that scares you, something that feels risky, something that is like, this is going to be my first time doing something like this. And you're being told to not fill your head with worry or doubt. You're being told not to live in fear, to not self-sabotage. Think of the most positive outcome and then let that lead you. All right. So that's your answer. Very good. All right. Let's get some last words here for this. Last words for my Saggies. Make sure to watch the last video I did. I think it was called like you're going to be in the hot seat. Okay. You definitely want to watch that. because it kind of leads you into this reading. All right. So if you missed that, again, I will put it on the very end of this video will be right here, I believe. Okay. All right. Give me some messages for Saggies. What do they need to know as they are entering this new era of themselves? A very exciting era, and they're stepping into a very powerful role. What do they need to know? Give me some messages, please, for my Saggies. Oh. All right, one more card and then we'll cut it. All right. Bottom of the deck, we have nervous around you. There's someone who's coming in to help you, and you are the one who's nervous about getting to the next steps. You know, like, how do I do this? How do I function if I do this? How do I pivot or just switch so quickly? You have to remember too, like, this is something about your future self. Like, you are meant to be a master as something that you only can teach. Like, you're going to be the master that really gets through to people to help their change, to facilitate their change, their evolution. And, you know, not everyone can do that. You know, if everybody could do that, then there would be no need for teachers in the world. And so as you are stepping into this new journey and you feel like the student, it could be a lot of nervousness, a lot of self-doubt that comes up with that. But it's important for you to know that even a person or energies that are coming towards you right now to help facilitate that growth for you could be nervous around you. They already see your potential, your worth, your self-value. And so it's just about you believing what other people can see. Okay. So yes, someone who's coming towards you right now or that you're going to be building this life with is going to be more nervous around you than you are with them. And that's just facts. All right. Now we do have this card, so be very careful. We have sick and cold. Okay. So you could be getting a cold during this time, which could be very unusual, right? But I just feel like, you know, wherever you go, make sure that you are cleansing yourself. And that could be spiritually, but like literally. So it's a good time for you to stop and get like, alcohol wipes or get like hand sanitizer. Make sure you, wherever doors or handles you're touching, you know, if you're like doing an exchange of money, you know, credit card to or debit card to the payment system, just make sure you're cleansing right now because you do have a greater chance of getting a sick or getting a cold right now. Okay, so there's that. We do have not attracted at first. So whoever's coming towards you, even if it's platonic and it's not romantic, but if it is romantic, there's someone very significant coming towards you that at first you're going to be like, I'm not attracted to this hell. Okay. And that's okay. But maybe you will learn to grow attraction, you know, physically, romantically, spiritually to this energy through time. All right. So this could be a big indicator. We have rich woman. All right. There could be a rich woman coming towards you that you could learn from. You could be this rich woman that I'm speaking to right now. All right. And fellas, I'm not leaving you out of this. This is your reading as well, because we have rich period. So there's this energy of getting very rich. But, you know, being rich is more than just money. It's really in comfortability, and it's being rich in happiness and rich in health. Okay. So there's so many riches coming towards you, and there's ways that maybe you thought when you're thinking about fulfillment, you could be thinking about one thing, but there's something very passionate coming towards you that you would have never felt as rich as you're about to. Okay. We have celebrity status as well. So there is like some type of fame or legacy coming from you becoming this teacher, whatever industry that's in. There's so many industries that you can teach in. There's so many things that people need help getting along their way. You just got to find what that niche is for you, and you need to get the education behind it, and you got to grow your status. All right. So status is changing. Your worth is changing. We have adapt slash change slash time to pivot. Stay adaptable. Stay changeable, you know, be open and receptive to change and know when it's time to pivot. All right, that's important. We have reconcile / coming back together. All right, so some of you, again, like I said, there could be a person as you are making this change in your industry, your career, your business. There could be someone coming back to reconcile. Or this could even be past life energy. You could be meeting someone that you already done this with in a past life that you guys are coming back together in this lifetime. And your souls know each other in a very special way. We have vacation here. So there will be a vacation that you do take with this person this year. You guys could be doing that soon. Someone could be inviting you very soon, or this could be something that is going to be planned. There is definitely something to celebrate this year, and it feels like you're going to be doing it with a bae, all right? As you are stepping into this journey, this era, just know that you are highly protected. No harm, no negative entity, the devil, people, naysayers, haters, nothing can stop you. You are unstoppable, and you have to know that you are highly protected at this time because you play a very big role in the collective. Also, sometimes when we're stepping into something new and we're talking about hard work ahead, you think it's going to be like the worst of your times and you're going to be struggling until you make it. No, that's not your narrative, okay? You're going to be having a good time as you are doing this journey. Even this person coming towards you, there's a lot of good times ahead between you and them. And last but not least, another good thing that you need to know is that you're going to be very compatible with whoever this is, okay? So stay positive, right? That's what your card said. Remain positive. Remain positive. Do not think the worst case scenario. Do not let your fears and your emotions lie to you at this time. Stay very positive, forge ahead, and believe in yourself because you're going to be doing some great things. All right? All right, guys, that's what I have for you. No extended today. All I ask is that you like the video before you go. Comment down below, speak about yourself. Speak about what scares you right now. Speak about some of the things that have been coming towards you that you may feel like you're trying to ignore, but your gut is calling for it. Speak about maybe some connections that that have come towards you. Maybe some of you guys already met this person. Talk about it, okay? Because not only do I want to hear about it, but it's going to help other Sagittariuses out there who feel lost and just need that confirmation from their sister or their brother. That's you, all right? And last but not least, guys, please like the video. Subscribe, okay? Subscribe. If you're not subscribed yet, I would definitely love to have you in part of this family, so definitely do that here. Last but not least, guys, if you are looking for deeper messages, you want me to go more in depth for your personal journey, what's coming up for you, I would love to read for you. And if you would like to see that process or just see what I have to offer, definitely check out the link in the description box and in the comment section down below. I will put the link to my personal readings if you're interested. All right. With that being said, have a great rest of your day. I will see you guys very soon and remain positive. All right. Bye.